and the skinny switches down. So did it light up? Can you hear now, sir? Is sound coming through? We're doing a sound check. Sound check.
Sound check, sound check. 1 2 1
Okay,
2.
the water, sir. All right, long cry. All right, so lucky for the technical difficulties. We had a sound issue. So basically, I was just covering the last class that we was talking about dealing with your family, why in the truth. You know, I won't go over all those scriptures again, but basically, it's gonna come a point to where your family is gonna come against you, and all types of things are gonna come against you because you're joining the truth. You starting to follow the Lord in a righteous manner. All right. So I just come over like the first couple, three. Like we covered Matthew 10:34 through 37, which basically saying I'm just gonna paraphrase them. The Lord is gonna set variance between you and your family. You know, your mother against daughter, son against father, so on and so forth. When you come into the truth, you know what I'm saying, some things change. All right, like the way you've been living, amongst other people, like how people are used to you living, like you change. So they start changing with you. Their mindset towards you start changing. And just to finish that 36 and 37, when it says, because like what our people like to do is use their children or excuse to serve, other gods or celebrate pagan holidays. Like with Christmas and Halloween, and we was talking about, oh, it's for the kids. You know, Parents love to throw the kids as an excuse to celebrating Christmas and celebrating Halloween. You know what I'm saying? And we were saying that Christmas and Halloween are the top two grossing holidays as far as commerce in America. Like we were saying, electronics and on Halloween candy is $100 million, maybe billion dollar industry. Kind of made me want to invest in the chocolate or something like that, or sour patches. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Leading up to after this so-called Thanksgiving, that's not a real holiday, which is Christmas. Electronics is about the electronic stock is about to go through the roof because like all the big screen TVs about to go on sale. So if you're using your children as as a stepping tool or an excuse to say, "Oh, well, I'm celebrating this birthday, for my kids. I want my kids to have everything that I didn't have." Well, you can, like I said, you can buy gifts every day. Like I know families that Amazon box come to the doorstep every other day. It can be a handheld game. It can be a basketball, a coloring book, or anything. A Nintendo Switch game. You can buy these things all year. But instead of celebrating and buying these things on our oppressor's mandated day to do it, we shouldn't do that. Show your kids you love them all year instead of 1 or 2 days out the year. And some kids, they be bad as hell. They flunking school, they getting in fights at school, but then you go buy them a PlayStation 5 or you go buy them a dirt bike. They one more incident away from going to jail, but you rewarding them with bad behavior by buying these expensive games. You go broke. You do all the overtime around this. Like right now, it's a lot of parents that's doing overtime right now just to save up money because you still got to pay bills because the first of the month don't stop. They are doing overtime right now to save up money to buy their kid the most expensive gift or whatever they want. Mom, I want this new iPhone. iPhones now. On any cell phone, they starting off at $1,000. That's some people's rent. Most people's rent, or at least half of it. And you doing all this overtime, you breaking your back and you sweating, you know, down to your toes, you sweating to buy this child a gift that they probably don't even deserve because they're undisciplined. I'm talking about older kids, babies gonna be babies. Um, so basically, like I was saying, we was talking about um dealing with your family when they're true. They're gonna change. They're gonna talk about you. You know, they're gonna be petty. They're gonna watch you to make sure you doing what you're doing, and that's gonna bring us into the second part of this lesson, which is integrity. And integrity, what I'm saying, like the brother just brought out, is pretty much doing what's right when no one's looking. All right. In the Christian church, like we were saying, you got all type. They dress up in they Sunday best. They got on a three-piece suit, gator shoes, with a fedora hat on with a feather in it. You know, gold rings, got a chain with a cross on it. How you doing, brother? God bless you. You're doing all right. Yeah, I'm blessed and highly favored and filled with the Holy Ghost. Yes, yes, brother. But then they go home, they beating their wife. They might be a pimp. They probably selling drugs. Scamming money. Their sister coming out with that all white dress on, that big hat that's about this wide with all the fruit and flowers on it. Hey baby, how you? Here goes some candy for the kids. Hey, how you do? Yeah, I am blessed too, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And the biggest hole in the town. Everybody know Miss Sally or Miss Sanders. Everybody know Sister Sanders. You know what I'm saying? That's not integrity. Like even in some Israelite groups, you can be shalom yom shem shabbatah all day when the brothers are here at the school. You come to camp, yo, yeah, you on Shema, you doing this, you doing that. But when you're not at the school, or you going to them strip clubs still, as you going to that weed man, like buying that sack and then lighting up that blunt, as you still sleeping with women and putting them away, you know what I'm saying? Integrity holds you accountable. And it holds you accountable for your actions because, like, especially when you get in the truth, like it's a target on your back. Like, when people hear Israelite that you are Israelite, they automatically say, "Oh, well, he think he know everything. He think he holier than now. He don't do this, he don't do that." Well, we gonna see. That's why I say when you go around your family and they looking at you, is that a ham sandwich? I know that ain't no shrimp po' boy. Why you gonna come over for Thanksgiving and celebrate with your family? Your family? We've been knowing you since you was. I changed your diapers. Why don't you gonna come over here and have some honey baked ham with your uncle? We're gonna get on these dominoes and play and and let's play these dominoes, man. Play these spades while we eat on this Christmas ham or this Christmas turkey. And then you not having integrity, like over there, you taking pictures with the family with a, what I'm saying, with a bowl of gumbo that got all the shrimp and all the crabs in it. Well, the legs hanging out the bowl. You can't even Photoshop the bowl. There's so many crabs in it. But give me Proverbs 10:9.
Connor, the one going Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9.
Come.
He that walks uprightly walks surely, but he that perverts his ways shall be known.
All right, it says, "He that walketh uprightly, walketh surely." When you walking uprightly, like just say for instance, uh, you walking down the street and you not doing nothing but walking down the street. It's you and somebody else walking down the street. Oh, better yet, better example because I'm guilty of this too. You driving down the street and them laws pull behind. They got the sirens on. Man, you see so many people slow down. I used to be so cold with it. I used to pull in whatever business. I used to just turn into the business like I'm going now. A bust a U-turn because I know I'm guilty of something. But if I know I'm not speeding or I don't have no warrants, I'm not worried about that cop driving by. So when you walk uprightly, like you walk up surely, like I mean, I know I'm doing right. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, and I don't worry about any consequences coming to me. For doing bad things. But the person that's walking with me, he walking what it says. But he that perverted his ways shall be known. You gonna know him how? Because he gonna be walking, always looking over his shoulder, paranoid like, oh man, I hope the cops ain't coming. Or every time he driving in the car and hear that whoop whoop, he like, oh. I used to do that a lot. When you drive, like when you see a group of people and they just hanging at a corner store or something, they might be smoking weed or drinking a beer, and you just roll down your window and say whoop whoop. Just just watch how many people take off running, especially in the hood, because their perverseness in their ways. You know what I'm saying? It's like it. You know what I'm saying? Are known. You know you're doing wrong. That's why you're supposed to walk uprightly even when nobody's looking, because that's when the Lord is going really be behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's even gonna show here in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you show all at the school, but then when you leave, you're doing all type of things. It's gonna show eventually. Because one day you're gonna have to call for counsel, and you're gonna have to express your problem. And then they're gonna ask you a few questions, and then the priests and prophets above me are gonna figure it out. All right. Now give me Proverbs 11:3.
Khan, number one, Khan. This is Proverbs 11, verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
It says, the integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. You know, I've exhibited some integrity, a few times in my life, and what this means is, you know, say for instance, one of your boys like, hey man, let's go to this New Year's Eve party. Let's go here. Let's go there. You know, and you know the type of people that's gonna be there. It's gonna be some promiscuous women there. All the weed we can smoke gonna be there. All the pills, all the drink. We finna go turn up. We finna go, do our thing with these promiscuous women. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna have a night. You know what I'm saying? But your integrity guiding you. You like, well, now it's gonna be drugs there. Shouldn't smoke drugs. Really shouldn't even be around it. I shouldn't sleep with women and putting them away because 8 times, 9 times out of 10, if you go there and you sleep with a woman, you're not gonna see her again. Yeah, if there's drugs, there's drug dealers. Some of those drug dealers might be hot. The laws might be on them. And you go to that party, and all these women there, and they have a police raid. They taking everybody to jail. Why? Because you in a drug infested whorehouse. You got women in there that's wanted for prostitution. You got drug dealers in there that's wanted. You probably got a couple murderers, a couple killers in there. You know what I'm saying? So your integrity will guide you in a situation like that. You doing what's right when nobody's looking because it could have been easy to like, yeah, I want to go have some fun. Yeah, let me go there. Now I'm not saying that you can't have fun, that you can't go to clubs and can't go to parties, but you have to be aware of where you're going and what you get into. All right. Um, when it says, "But the perverseness of the transgressors shall destroy them." Somebody that's not worried about the consequences of doing all these things. Those are the ones that get caught up with bad blunts, or they get robbed, or they get in car accidents. They get robbed, broad daylight, or even because you in the club, or you in that party flexing. You got money, you just put it all down your arm like this here. But guess what? It's somebody broken jealous in there too, watching. Like, yep, I'm gonna get him soon we leave, and they gonna catch you at the light like they did Kane on Menace to Society. I mean, not Kane. His cousin Harold. And catch you at that light slipping. Give me all that. It's happened many a times. All right. Uh, give me First Peter chapter 3, verse 6. 16, Salaki. Chapter 3, verse 16.
Another one, Con. This is First Peter chapter 3, verse 16. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ.
All right, read that again slower.
Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ.
Right. So what this is saying is, can anybody break this down? Anybody give it a shot? All right, no sweat. When it says having a good conscience, you know what I'm saying? You have a good conscience. You an upstanding person. You solid. You down to earth. But then when people start talking about, they speaking evil of you. Let's just say, for instance, uh, I walked to a young man Nike and say, man, that boy young, man, he a snake, man. He did this, he did that, man. He don't do this, he don't do that, and uh, Nike looking at me like, what? No, not young. Young, solid. Everything you saying, you must be making that up because that boy is not like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be ashamed because first of all, I'm mad. I'm jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because I want Young to be like me. I want Young to be an evildoer like me. Yeah, he say he ain't the truth, but I caught him at the weed man house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be ashamed. It's like, nah. When you caught him at the weed man last Saturday about 3 o'clock? Nah, that wasn't Young. Young was at camp with us at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Oh man, no, that had to be. Well, now maybe it was something. It had to been his cousin. It had to been look somebody like him. It wasn't Young. I'm telling you, it wasn't young man Young. I'm telling you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a good conscience knowing that if anybody talk about you saying evil things about you, or you doing evil, it's gonna be a lie. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be shamed for telling that lie. All right. Um, Proverbs 12:22.
So, like we count another one, Con. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight.
It says lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. So you've been, I'm sitting up here lying on Young about him catching him at the weed man house. You know what I'm saying? I'm ashamed. You know what I'm saying? But so me lying, I'm ashamed for one. Now I'm an abomination to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Lying lips is Salaki. It's one of the six things that the Lord hates. So when he says it is abomination is like beyond disgust, like beyond like dislike, say for instance, like I don't like uh I don't like the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys. But I don't like Tom Brady at all. I pick the Cowboys over Tom Brady type thing. Saying, abomination is something like that's detestable. Like you'd rather die than deal with it. All right. So lying lips, that pretty much that causes a lot of rift in between brotherhood and sisterhood too. You know what I'm saying? So now, I'm lying about Yun being at the Weed Man house. So next time I see Young, because of course, young man Nike might be a brother and was like, "Hey man, you went at the weed." I mean, of course he know he went at the weed man house, but he gonna, young man Nike gonna tell me, "Hey man, you need to go talk to young man Young. Y'all need to hash that out." No, that's Matthew 18:15 right there, because you coming to me talking to me about young man Young being at the weed man house and you don't like some of the things he do. Well, maybe you need to go talk to Young before you start talking to me any further. And that's what we do here at the school. Like before you start gossiping about anybody, hold on, bro. Did you talk to him about it? Nah, man, well, I don't want to hear nothing else about it because you making me just like you, a bitch, Salaki, because you fail to, because you have some type of ill will or hatred in your heart for one of your brothers, and then you want to express that to me because you think I might feel the same way. But nah, hey, go talk to him. And if you go talk to him, y'all hash that out, then yeah, we y'all good. But don't come to me with no gossip. So now I know I can't go to you and gossip about anybody else no more. So now maybe I ought to stop trying to gossip about people. Maybe I ought to go fix the situation so I won't have any more problems with my brothers. All right. Um, did we read that? Okay, Salakia. Give me Colossians 3:23.
Another one come. This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And whatsoever all of you do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men.
Right. So read that again.
And whatsoever all of you do it heartily,
What
as
does
to the Salaki,
what does heartily mean?
to do it with heart, to do it with to the best to the best degree of amount possible, like
Like
give your best, basically.
right. You know what I'm saying? The best of your ability. Like do it harder. Like when people that got nice cars, like especially like in Houston, if you got a slab, like you gonna make sure every speck of that car is clean and shiny. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to when you step out, when you pull out, you want to roll down the block, and when the sun hits your car, like it's like, man, that boy Nike car clean. You know what I'm saying? So like when you do things, do it heartily or to the best of your ability, beyond the best of your ability, as if you're doing it for the Lord. Like if the Lord say, "Hey, do this," and you do it like just pretty much how if Commanding General YAHANNA gives you an order personally, you come to concern you do that order and you come back and it's done, sir. You did it heartily. But then a man that's just above you give you an order, or maybe somebody that's in your same rank to give you an order, you kind of man, it ain't done yet. I'm almost done, bro. Like, yeah, come. All right. That's bad integrity. But when you was in Commanding General YAHANNA face, you was come, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like you did it to you. You would have ran through a wall if he would have told you to. Hey, young brother, yeah, go on, run through that wall for me. Come, sir. Boom. You would have did it. But when somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Like you did that for Commander General Hunt like he was doing it for the Lord. The Lord tell you, hey, run through that brick wall. You ain't gonna ask no question. You ain't gonna say, is it gonna hurt or is you gonna open a portal for me or something? Or you just gonna say, Con, Yahweh, boom. But with some people that respect their person, you gonna I ain't running through no wall. I go hit it right quick, boom. Hey, look here. You got to do it heartily. So when you doing things outside of this school, like when you shalom in the school, you gotta have the same energy when you leave this school. So you still have to be a priest or a prophet outside these walls when no other man above you is watching. Of course, the Lord is always watching. You know what I'm saying? But when nobody's looking at you being a priest, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to do it, and that reports always come back because you'll know if somebody is doing something heartily and have good integrity. It's like when you go to camp or when you go somewhere with the brothers and you be like, hey man, yeah, I remember you on the bus, bro. Hey man, you were talking to that sister, man, and she started crying, man. You broke it down to him, blah 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 blah. Hey man, I remember y'all when y'all was on the corner, y'all feeding them people, y'all was feeding the crackhead before y'all feeding the people. Anybody else? Hey man, that's solid, man. I mess with y'all boys. That's integrity. You know, even when you don't have on any kind of priestly gear or UPK gear or anything, because it's just like when you at work, when your boss there, when your supervisor there, you trying to make out, you trying to be the best employee at the job. When that boss not there, and then your main supervisor gone, and everybody on vacation, and they give you the lead, like yeah, you take care of the company. You know what I'm saying? You make sure the work done and shit. You be like, man, we chilling. Just think about it. Like another example. How many of y'all were the best students when your main teacher was at school? You was the best student. You did whatever the teacher say, but that teacher got sick and that substitute teacher came. What did you do? You turned up. You probably even skipped class. The sub and I ain't going to class. I ain't going to class. Oh, that was me. And I'm talking about it to the point to where man, he left the grade book and the substitute teacher went somewhere and we writing hundreds by our name. Like, oh yeah, I got 100 for this class. That was a lack of integrity. That's bad integrity or the lack thereof. But when the teacher there, yes, Miss James, I know the answer. Yes, ma'am. I'm correct. Yes. Can I get a star on my head? But when the substitute there, lady, shut your butt up. Ain't nobody listening to you. Ain't nobody gonna do that old work. Oh, you can write my name on the board. I don't care. What you gonna do? Yeah, put a check by it. Yeah, put another check. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come up there and write another check by my name. You know what I'm saying? That's just like elementary, middle school. You know what I'm saying? When they write your name on the board, I mean you did something wrong, and then a check means another infraction after that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, write my name on the board. I don't care. Oh, that's a check too for talking back. Okay, well let me come up there and go another check by my name. I don't care. Then when the teacher get, oh Miss Jane, she was tripping. No, she was just talking to me crazy and blah blah blah. She was picking on me, knowing good and well You was turning up in the class. All right. Did we read Colossians 3:23 yet? Oh yeah, we did. Um, Drop that and give me Luke 16. Luke 16 and verse 10.
Khan Adawan Khan. This is Luke 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
Where it says, "He that is faithful in what in that which is least is faithful also in much." So if you faithful in, like one of the least things, what I'm saying, like to us is the dietary law. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'll take that back. Edge ups. That's the least thing to be faithful for. Oh Lord, I can't get no edge ups. Cool, no sweat. I just get braids. I just chop it low, no edge up. Cool. That I'll still be faithful in much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared. I'm not scared to go out there and put my life on the line at camp. To teach the Lord's word. All right. And if you what it says, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. So if you tripping about an edge up, guess what? You ain't gonna ever get in the truth. I know some people like that. They're like, man, everything y'all be saying, I be feeling, bro, but I can't get an edge up. Oh man, I like to look fly, bro. Like I ain't, man, y'all tripping with that, man. The Lord ain't worried about no damn edge up. I done had this conversation before. Even at my former slave, what I'm saying, it was a brother up there, what I'm saying, he was questioning me about, what I'm saying, me being in the truth. And I don't know if he was being facetious or he was being for real, but either way it didn't matter. And he was like, we was talking about the dietary law. And I asked him, I was like, well, would you let a shrimp po' boy sandwich come between you and the Lord's salvation? He was like, yep. And I was like, good night. Let me go on back to my area. I don't know. It didn't matter at that point. It didn't matter if he was being facetious, he was playing, or he was being for real. Just the fact of that even coming out your mouth after the scenario I just gave you, you'll let a shrimp po' boy sandwich come between you and the Lord's salvation. No sweat. Don't get away from me because I kind of, what I'm saying, like Lord, if you finna get him right now, don't let me move right quick. All right. Drop that. Um, Joshua chapter 7. I think I brought this out last class, but we're gonna get right back into it again now. Uh, this is a very good example of integrity. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you do things, it affects other people. So we're gonna start at we're gonna start at verse 4. So what's going on is that there was some people that was about to come up against Joshua and his army. And so Joshua prayed about, to the Lord about, what he should do. All right. So um they about to go to war. So Slugging. Start at verse 4. So Joshua didn't send his whole army. He only sent 3,000 men, for this little battle. All right. So 3,000 men he sent go do this thing. And so go ahead.
Salaki Khan of the one Khan, Joshua chapter 7, verse 4. So they went up thither.
Thither.
Salaki. So there went up thither of the people about 3,000 men, and they fled before the men of Ai.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. And the men of Ai stroke of them about 36 men,
Smoke.
36 men, for they chased them from before the gate even unto Shebarim, and stroked them in the going down.
Smoked. You reading the right version?
I think
King James?
kind of says King James version, but I think it's the NKJV. Sorry.
No, we don't read the NKJV. We read the KJV. Right. Because I was like, when it's saying stroke, I was like, it don't say stroke on mine. It say smoke.
Stroke. Oh.
Is it SMOTE?
Con sir.
Oh, you was just saying it wrong.
It said before the gate even unto Shebarim, and stroked them in the
S-
going down.
Spell that word.
STROKE.
No, yeah, no. Don't read the New King James. Read the regular King James.
Shalom.
All right. So what's going on? Those 3,000 men went to war and they fled. So they lost out of 3,000 men, 36 men died. All right. So we're gonna drop to verse 6. So 3,000 men went up to this battle, and 36 men died. Now, ordinarily, you would think, okay, that's good odds. 3,000 men go over and only 36 people die. In America, that's mission accomplished when it comes to America. They sent 3,000 men out there to a war or something, and then come back only 36 died. Oh yeah, it's mission accomplished. That's a good battle. We won that. But we're gonna keep reading. Go ahead.
Con another one. Con Joshua 7 verse 6. And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide, he and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads.
Keep going.
Verse 7. And Joshua said, Alas, O Lord God, wherefore where hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us unto the hand of the Amorites to destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side of Jordan.
All right. So Joshua, he tore his clothes up. He dropped on his face, started praying. He asked the Lord, Lord, you done brought us out here to die, like to get slaughtered, to get dealt into the hands of our enemies. Like, what's going on? Joshua is tripping over these 36 men. Why? Because up until that point, every time that they went to war, nobody died. Anytime the Lord's army went out to war, nobody died. So 36 people is a lot of people. That's 36 families that he got to go back to and tell them that their husband or their father didn't return home. And he's wondering why. He's thinking that he did something wrong. No, Joshua, he done tore his clothes. He thinking, well, what I do? Like, you done led us out here to die. Like, is your favor leaving us? So drop down to Uh, uh, drop down to verse 11.
Con. Salak. Joshua chapter 7, verse 11. Israel had sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen, and dissembled also, and they have put it to even among their own stuff.
Right. So he's saying Israel has sinned and have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. Most of the time, when the Lord sent us to war, what I'm saying, He tell us to destroy our enemies. That means everything: man, woman, child, toys, horses, chariots, clothes, the money. Destroy. Don't bring nothing back with you. Every time we go, like, He wants to destroy everything. We don't, because He don't want us to have no part of their things. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that happened, what I'm saying, when Saul lost the kingdom. Saul brought the best of everything back when the Lord told him personally, hey, just kill the kids, the babies. And that's how you know what type of Lord we serve. You know, kill the kids of these heathens. Salakia. Unalive these kids. Salakia. I said some words that we weren't supposed to say. Go ahead, Doc.
And Salakia, Idawan, even with us, if one of us was doing some immoral stuff, and it's saying allowed to kill the person and their family.
Say that again.
It say that in the law, if a person doing some immoral, wicked stuff, to kill them and their family and their ox and all that things,
Right.
destroy everything.
We about to get to that.
Oh,
No sweat. Most High in Christ, but go ahead.
I was gonna say First Samuel 15:3. Now go and smite the Amalek.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about right there. When he says go smite the Amalekites and you destroy man, woman, and
And
child,
utterly
even
destroy all that
the,
they
the
have.
suckling child. The suckling child, that's the newborn that ain't been weaned from the breast yet. Now, you know what I'm saying, in your Christian mind, you be like, what type of God would want to kill Salakia? Would want to unalive a newborn baby like that? That's a cruel person. That's a cruel God in a Christian's mind. But those were the instructions that the Lord gave us. Like every time we go to war, that's what we're supposed to do. Destroy everything. All right. Uh, and then it says, and have stolen and dissembled also, and have even put them among their own stuff. So that means somebody done copped something. They done stole something, that they weren't supposed to take, and they hid it. All right. Keep going, verse 12.
Salakia. Con. I don't want con. Verse 12. Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you anymore, except ye destroy the accursed from among you.
So the Lord tell them that's why they couldn't stand in that battle, because what I'm saying, some people sin, and y'all gonna keep losing until y'all get rid of this bad cell or this cancer that's plaguing the nation or plaguing your army. All right. Uh, drop down to verse 15. So now Joshua is about to round everybody up according to they tribe, their family, and their household. He about to round everybody up. All right, go ahead.
Salakia. Joshua chapter 7, verse 15. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he had, because he had transgressed the covenant of the Lord, and because he had wrought folly in Israel.
Right. So what Yakata just said that whoever did this bad deed, you know what I'm saying, shall be burnt. It said, and it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he had, everything. All right, now drop down to uh go ahead. We about to get to it. Yeah, we about to get to it. No sweat. Go to 17.
So like you can
Nah, Salaki, just drop down all the way. We're just gonna get to the point. Verse 19. Go to verse 19. So he done round up everybody, and all the way down to the family, and it had to be from the tribe of Judah though. Good night, we some niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know it. I mean, he done. Go ahead.
Salaki. Khan, Joshua chapter 7, verse 19. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to God, God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me.
Keep going.
Verse 20. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus I have done.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. When I saw among the spoils a godly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, then I coveted them and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it.
So man, my bad, Joshua. Man, we walking through the battlefield, and I seen this garment. You know what I'm saying? This Babylonian garment. It was Gucci though. I mean, come on, I can't pass up no Gucci, no Versace. I seen this garment, then it was some bread, right? It was some cash right there. You know what I'm saying? He had like 10,000 in hundreds and 2,000 in twenties. Man, I went and grabbed that too. You know what I'm saying? That's free bread. Like that's free money. He dead. He ain't gonna be able to see it no more. Josh, my bad. I mean, you should have seen the garment though, man. It was crushed velvet. You know what I'm saying? With gold trimming on it, man. That garment was fly, man. I had to get it, and I took it, man. I just hid it under my tent. You know what I'm saying? So after this battle, man, shit, well, I was gonna put this on for the Passover or something. You know what I'm saying? This is a brother, confessing to Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Because his integrity ceased. You know what I'm saying? That's why he hid it. You know what I'm saying? When you lack integrity, you hide. Most things are done in what? In secret. Let's say most bad things are done in secret. You know what I'm saying? So he took that garment. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh was telling, like, man, please, hey, I need you to be honest, man, and confess me whatever you did. So the dude, he telling him, this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? I seen that Versace robe and that money, and I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't come across no robe like this every day in Jerusalem or wherever we at. So I had to get it. All right. So keep going. Uh no, drop down to
24.
24. So, Joshua sent people to go verify his story, and they found everything. All right, and they brought it back. And drop down to 24.
Joshua chapter 7, verse 24. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan and the son of Zerah, and the silver and the garment and the wedge of gold and his sons and his daughters and his oxen and his asses and his sheep and his tent and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor.
So they rounded up everything that he stole. They rounded up his family, his kinfolk, his oxen, his everything that he owned, and they brought it to the valley. All right, go ahead.
Salaki, verse 25, and Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones.
So because of his lack of integrity caused 36 people to die, and then it caused him and his family to be for their lives to be taken. All right. So your lack of integrity can cause can affect other people. You know what I'm saying? The brothers that's in Hebrew Academy, y'all will learn about this, when that time comes. But this story is very vital and a very good point on integrity. So keep in mind, if you in this school and yeah, inside this building, you shalom shabbat and sir, and con and you ribbon running, what I'm saying, and doing everything, but then outside this school, you doing your own thing, one of us can be affected. All right. So you got to keep your brothers in mind. This is the brotherhood class, so you got to keep your brothers and keep your sisters in mind when you out there on your own when nobody's looking. All right, drop that and give me you got a apocrypha over there,
Con, sir.
Ecclesiasticus 23. Like we don't have to go about that. Give me Acts chapter 5. This is another example of the lack of integrity.
Salaki, chapter 5, what verse, sir?
Start at 1.
Con. This is Acts chapter 1, verse 1. The former treaties.
No, Acts chapter 5, verse 1.
Oh, Salaki, Acts chapter 5, verse 1. Acts chapter 5, verse 1. But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira his wife sold a possession and kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
So they sold some property and they were supposed to give money to the priests and prophets. All right. So they sold the possessions. Just say, for instance, they sold something for $100,000, but they only brought 80,000 of it back to the priests and prophets. So they kept and stashed $20,000. That's just an example of the figure. All right. Keep going.
Acts chapter 5, verse 4. Oh, Salaki.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. But Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thy heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land?
Right. It's like, now why you lying? Why you saying you only sold it for this much? You know what I'm saying? When I know you sold it for that much. All right, go ahead.
Verse 4. While it remained, was it not thine own? After it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thy heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God.
So, man, why did you do this? Like, you're not lying to me. You lying to the Most High. So this plotting and scheming that you're doing, like, you're not lying to me. Like, you're not getting over on me. You're getting over on the Lord. All right, keep going. We almost done, Booker.
Verse 6. And the young men arose. Oh, Salak. Oh, no, Salak is there. Acts chapter 5, verse 5. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost, and great fear came on all them that heard these things.
So immediately after that conversation, Ananias heard them words that Peter spoke, and he fell down, and his life was gone. You know what I'm saying? That fast. All right, keep going.
Acts chapter 5, verse 6. And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out, and buried him. Verse 7. And it was about the space of 3 hours after, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep reading, sir.
Keep going.
Verse 8. And Peter answered unto her, Tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, Yeah, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out.
Right. So just because Peter asking his wife the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And of course, being a good wife, you're gonna follow what your husband say. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, your integrity should have kicked in. And you should have said, Salakia, sir, but I think we should go ahead and give the full thing instead of trying to apply this. I know we need to pay rent. I know we need to do this and do that, but we can't do this. You know what I'm saying? So she should have came forth and and did something or said something. But she agreed with her husband. You know what I'm saying? And in some parts, that's being a good wife. You know what I'm saying? You follow your husband. All right, well, go ahead.
Verse 10. Then fell she down straight away at his feet.
Hold on, no, you ain't finished verse 9.
So like chapter 5, verse 9. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out.
So those same undertakers, those same young men that carried your husband to the graveyard, they knocking at my door again. They waiting on you now. All right, go ahead. What, you got something?
So like it's a question. I understand the whole the moral of the story, but I'm trying to understand. It's saying kept back part of the price. Are they saying that they were supposed to give a tithe and they didn't give the full tithe, or that they lied about how much
They lied about how much they sold it for.
That's it.
But when you lied about how much you sold, just say for instance, you sold it for 100. I mean, you're supposed to sell it for 100,000. Okay, you get 100,000. Even if it is tithes, you pay your $10,000 tithes. But if you sold it for 100,000, but told the priest you only sold it for 60,000, now you only have to pay 6,000 in tithes.
Oh, that's
so either way, you know what I'm saying? They lied about how much they sold it for.
Oh, so it was mainly because they lied to the priest, but because they lied. Period.
Yeah, they lied to the Most High. Like Peter said, like you're not lying to me. You lying to the Most High.
Sir, gotcha.
That's like you know what I'm saying. Like when you get paid from your job and you made $1,500, you know what I'm saying, and you only give $100 in tithes when it's supposed to be 150. You know what I'm saying? And just a reminder, when you pay tithes on your check, it's the gross. It's not the net. It's not you pay your tithes on the gross, which is before taxes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Isn't it based off profit or any increase that you get?
Your paycheck is an increase, right?
But you don't get the full check. So it don't make sense.
What you mean it don't make sense?
If let's just say if I'm running a business,
you made that money, so I mean the government taking theirs off top.
I
So why can't you give the Most High his?
let's just say I'm running a business
Okay,
and I made 100,000,
right.
but out of that 100,000, most of it is how can I say?
But you said you made 100,000, so you paid 100,000. I mean, you paid tithes on 100,000 because everybody else getting their money, right? The government getting theirs, right? The scriptures say, "Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but you give the Most High what belongs to Him."
But it's like you not making a full check though. It's based off the
You
money that
made
you
the full
give.
check. Your check says $1,500. That's what you made. Now, of course, you don't have the power to pay your own taxes, so they take it out for you. You still made $1,500, so that means they just took their money before you even got the rest, whatever you got left. So just say, for instance, if they gave you $1,500, your check's $1,500, you know what I'm saying, before taxes, but you got to pay your own taxes. How much do you give the Lord? How much? 10%, right? Yeah, you give them 10% of that $1,500, but you still got to pay your taxes because Uncle Sam on his too, right? So you gave you gave your full $1,500 check, nothing came out of it, so you paid your tithes of $150. But guess what? Uncle Sam still want his, so he gonna take his whatever percentage that is. So now you down to $1,350. So now you got to pay taxes to Uncle Sam, and whatever percentage Uncle Sam takes, then that's that net is what you left with. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just say I'm running a company and I had made 10,000, but out of that 10,000, I got to give most of the money to the employees. So at the end of the day, I'm only keeping like 3,000.
That's
Wouldn't
overhead.
I'm just saying, wouldn't it make more sense for you to give the portion that you keep?
No,
because if you was to give 10% of like
your 10% is 10%. Like it's no what makes sense. The Lord say He wants 10% of the gross. Like don't try to wheel and deal. Like oh well, it don't make sense for me to pay 10% on something that I don't have, but you made it. It's just the government take theirs first, and then you have to have the discipline to give the Lord His. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nowhere on your check to where it says tithes. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to pay your tithes yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like when we read the security announcements, it's 10% of any increase. Your increase was $1,500. Now it don't matter what else comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So like it's not the type that is like you know what I mean. It's not the type. It's example. If we get 3,000 sheep, if we get paid 3,000 sheep, and
Right.
Uncle Sam take away 1,500 sheep, we left with 1,500 sheep.
Right.
So we gonna have to give away 300 sheep of that 50 of the 1,500 that we took. So it's
Right.
not 150. We have to give 300 sheep.
Right.
So the whole point is it's not it's the net gross, not the net profit.
It's the gross, it's not the net. Right.
So like I don't mean to be conflicted.
Oh no.
Is there a
good.
Bible verse on this?
Yeah, we're reading the security.
I mean,
announcements.
I'll give my 10% regardless, but I'm just you know what I mean because
Right.
that's just if I get 5 and then Uncle Sam takes me 50% and then I'm gonna pay
But
you know what I mean?
but see how y'all not tripping on Uncle Sam getting his. Y'all not tripping on him taking off the top. But when it comes to and that's what a lot of people like they have a problem with giving the Lord because Uncle Sam is taking a chunk of your money, and you like, God damn, like you seeing your check saying $1,500. Like, okay, well, I know the government gonna take that, so they're gonna leave me with about 13, 14, 13 something, and then you got to pay another sum, another tax, which is tithes. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, which lessens the money that you have to spend to do what you have to do. I understand, but your true discipline. The reason why you got that $1,500 check is because of who?
Most High.
Right.
So like, let me just try to explain. It's like if I go to Fiesta and I get
All right, hold on, Slocky. In the store right here. What did Abel give?
10%.
No,
Oh, what do you mean, sir?
he gave the best off the top, right? What did Cain give? Man, he can't get my best. Yeah, I already, man, look. And what happened? Go ahead. But see, and this ties so perfect into integrity to where, you know what I'm saying, like I'm paying tithes. As long as I'm paying tithes, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But you're not paying the full tithe. You're not paying what you initially earned.
I don't
Go
want to say
ahead.
that's oppression. You get what I'm saying?
Right, it is.
The Uncle Sam make it where you sinning against the Lord. You get what I'm saying? He ain't got they like as long as you giving just what you getting after he get what he get, he want your first earnings. He don't want what's left after Uncle Sam get his earnings.
Right, because like I say, nobody's tripping on Uncle Sam taking theirs off the top. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, cause I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I had a little when I first got in the truth. Like I had a little like, well, damn. I mean, my check came and all I got was 12. I mean, my check say 15, but all I got was 12 after taxes. So I'm gonna pay $120. No, you got to pay 150. Go ahead.
So like I said, no, I mean, like I said, just to clarify, it's not no greed of the heart. You know what I mean? It's not no iniquity. You know what I mean? It's not a bad spirit. It's just, you know what I mean? Like the two examples. One of them is like if I go to Fiesta and I get 4 cartons of milk and and I get charged for 4 and I gotta pay tax on worth of 6. You know what I mean? But so basically, well, let me kind of put it like this. So basically, how would I put it? All right. Well, damn, I lost that train of thought. But you know what I mean, sir. It's just so basic. Oh, I got it. So basically, if I've been giving tithes this whole time, which is on just the net profit or just what I got after taxes, and not
Mhm.
what was the whole. So are my sins retroactive? So I get punished for all these years I've been doing it wrong.
No.
So it's not.
The scripture says that the Most High winks at your ignorance. Don't mean that you're not held accountable for it, but He winks at it, which means, uh, what in layman's terms, like He's not really tripping because you didn't know, but you're still held accountable for knowing. So now that you know, you're definitely held accountable for, you know what I'm saying, doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And money is one of those things that it's hard for us. It's hard for us to let go. You know, especially like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Like we lack it to where we trying to hold on to every penny. I feel what he's saying, but it's like, go ahead.
So like I kind of got what young man Ike was trying to explain. I'm gonna just give a brief description right quick. So say you got employees, right? So say you make 10 grand and your employees you gotta pay 6. So you made 10,
Your
but then you pay
business.
6. Yeah, so like you get 10, you pay 6, and you live with 4. You gotta pay 10% of 10,000, even though you live with 4,000.
No, when your business makes money, your business makes money. Because most of the time, owners don't make money until after all the overhead is clear. You know what I'm saying? But we'll discuss that more
Concept, but you get where I'm
after.
coming from. That's the
Right,
whole point of what it was. If you get make 10, you pay 6 on your employees, and you live at 4, you got to pay 10% of 10,000. You know what I mean? That's the whole.
It's a
all
lot,
right, no
yeah,
sweat.
sir.
Go ahead.
Don't increase mean the profit that you like pretty much keep or left with.
Right.
So that like it would make more sense. Like, cause the thing
Well,
is
you
like,
keep saying it makes more sense, like you trying to saying that the Most High is wrong for what
no,
his
I'm not
law is.
saying it's wrong, but it's supposed to be the increase that you get, like the profit that you're left with. Like I understand if your business made 10,000, you can easily give 10% of that. But like wouldn't like would the employees also have to give like 10% on the money that you give them if you already took 10% out of the company for the most high?
No, because that's your 10%. Like they got to get because you're not paying them $100,000 or $10,000. You paying them whatever you making, whatever they making. So if you paying them $1,000, they got to pay 10% off that $1,000, and then plus whatever uh governmental taxes they got to pay on top of that. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it after class. All right. Uh, Matter of fact, give me Proverbs 10:6. All right. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and end right there. I still got to get through the second half now, so we just make that a part three. All right. So with that, pay your tithes to the men of the Lord, 10% of the gross. Uh, uh, we have a feast day coming up, and we also have a cookout coming up, the I.S.U.P.K. South Texas cookout. Here in Houston, which is November 20. Slacking. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, November 23rd through the 26th. And the 26th is that Sunday, um, the actual day of the cookout. But we have a lot of events, leading up to that. Thursday we have a scripture breakdown class, and potentially I think it's across the line also. Um, Friday is the slaughter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we eating is what we're gonna slaughter. Yeah. So whatever type of meats that we're serving, we're slaughtering. You know what I'm saying? To teach our brothers, some of our brothers and sisters that don't know, pretty much how to skin an animal, clean it up, slice it up. You know what I'm saying? Just basic survival things, for men, even if women want to learn. All right, that night, of course, is the nightlife, in H Town. Saturday is a brunch, and along with the brunch, Commander General YAHANNA, has his lecture. You know, the title will be coming out soon, but Saturday, is Commander General YAHANNA's lecture, also including with the brunch. And then Sunday, it goes down at the cookout. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians all welcome. You know what I'm saying? You come out, it's free of charge. You come out, and hang with your brothers and sisters, man. And we're gonna have a great time, man. Yeah, we're gonna be doing things all week. All right. We also after that we got a feast day coming up, but he'll read them in the security announcements. But with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper Yakatazar. Right there. Okay, you turn it. Hey, Nike, you turn the camera.
We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Masariah. Right, I one.
Maserah.
Masharah.
No, no, Salagi. Mayashara.
Yasharah. 10th of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like, whatsoever amount you will like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. Thursday, 7th December 2023 for 8 days. First Maccabees 4:52 through 61. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, or scarf. And these are the security announcements.
All right, with that, Majim, which means to stand, and give a courteous salute to the brothers and the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Matah, Saw, face the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Ba'Shem Yahushua, Yahweh Matah, dismiss.